Hi everyone, Evan here with the Equipment Guide. Here today with our updated review of the best inflatable tandem kayaks in the UK for 2026. In this video, we'll be taking a look at the inflatable tandem kayaks that make more sense for UK viewers. We'll actually be giving you the advice we'd give to our best mate if they were to be looking to buy an inflatable kayak in 2026. We'll walk you through what you get at different price points and explain how we've scored and tested each kayak. As always, we've included convertible 1 and 2 and 2 and 3 person models where they genuinely work well, because of course for UK buyers, flexibility matters. The big question: how do 2-person inflatables actually perform? Higher end 2-person inflatables like Razor Edge Pro 2 and Gumatex Rush 2 paddle exceptionally well. In some conditions, they outperform many entry-level hardshell tandems in tracking and glide. At the budget end, models like the Intex Challenger K2, Explorer K2 and the Sevro Taha tend to struggle. They feel slower, wander off the line more easily and become noticeably sluggish when loaded with 2 adults. The reason comes down to hull design and pressure capability. So what matters with hull design when it comes to 2-person inflatable kayaks? Well, same as what matters with 1-person inflatables. Hull efficiency matters even more because you're moving more weight. Budget tandems are often flat bottomed with large side tubes and blunt bows. They feel stable at first, but paddle more like a dinghy than a kayak. A drop stitch floor with side tubes is a significant upgrade. It adds rigidity and stability. There are some good value options in this category. Full drop stitch bathtub hulls are now the standard for serious touring inflatables. They offer better cut through and energy transfer. V-shaped drop stitch hulls improve speed but can feel twitchy in crosswinds or when paddlers aren't synchronized. Something worth considering on exposed reservoirs or estuaries. Both the bathtub and V-shaped models can be unstable. We'd recommend those for more experienced paddlers. There are now some designs that use curved or tension drop stitch hull panels which move extremely efficiently through the water while maintaining stability. These come the closest to replicating a hardshell kayak feel while retaining inflatable portability. Also look for a rigid bow and stem mouldings. Without them, the kayak won't slice cleanly through the water and you'll lose both speed and tracking efficiency. Materials will affect both drying time and durability, something to be aware of in the UK. There are 3 main categories of materials used for inflatable kayaks. Single layer vinyl, cheap, light, but more prone to punctures. It's also impossible to get the stiffness you need in the hull to power through the water. Vinyl wrapped in fabric. Feels tougher, but our fabric cover takes much longer to dry. There's no knowing what the quality of vinyl underneath is. Drying time is really important to consider here with the amount of rain we get.
Rubber and reinforced PVC.
Thick, woven mesh PVC with the drop stitch chambers gives you rigidity and durability. The thickness of the drop stitch also matters. Early versions were chunky, but now we're seeing chambers as slim as 5 cm that are just as stiff. It's a big deal for 2-person inflatables because it reduces weight and thinner walls free up more interior space without sacrificing firmness. Another question I often get comes down to durability. Will it puncture? Lower end models are more prone to popping. The higher end models like this one, far less likely to do so. What about the pumps and paddles? Most bundled ones are poor quality. Good electric pump and a rigid paddle make a huge difference to setup time and paddling efficiency. So is setup a hassle? Most of the time with 2 or 3 valves, no. However, there are some kayaks out there with multiple valves to inflate. They can be a bit more of a chore. So what about convertibles? Should I get a straight 2-person or maybe a 1 to 2 convertible like these? Whilst convertibles are handy, you should always take into account length. You don't want one that's too short for 2 people or too long for 1 person. You should be looking for one that's at least 425 centimeters. So with all that in mind, let's get into the details. So we tested and scored all 2-person inflatable kayaks across 5 categories: performance, portability, setup and pack down, comfort and construction. For full reviews, go to our website, theequipmentguide.co.uk. Our first category is comfort, and this is far more important when 2 people are involved. So we assessed interior space, backrest support, seating material, legroom and paddling ergonomics. So standout models we tested were Razor Kayaks Edge Pro 2 and R2 Ultra, Gumatex Rush 2 and Advanced Frame Convertible Elite. These offered proper back support, good legroom and comfortable materials. They were a good length to accommodate 2 people without being too long to handle properly. At the lower end, the Intex Explorer, Challenger and Sevilla Taha felt cramped and short for 2 adults. So performance looks at how well the kayaks paddle, track and manoeuvre. The Edge Pro 2 and the Brush 2 slice cleanly through the water and hold a straight line even in wind. The R2 Ultra feels nimble and efficient for its category with great stability, a good pick for beginners. The Convertible Elite tracks well, but is slower paced and a little less manoeuvrable. Budget tandems wandered more under load and required more correction strokes, especially noticeable in crosswind on open waters. So construction is next, and now looks at materials, durability and build quality. Premium brands like Gumatex, Razor and the bathtub design category use reinforced PVC and high pressure drop stitch hulls that feel rigid and confidence inspiring. Advanced Elements uses layered fabrics and eternal bladders. Their build is typically of a high quality and durable, but is slow to dry. Other fabric covered kayaks like Member and Taha have the same issue. Lower end models rely on thinner PVC and simpler construction, limiting rigidity and long term durability. They're also more often designed in a dinghy shape because the materials can't support a cut through design, so they're much more difficult to paddle. So up next is portability. 2-person kayaks are always going to be harder and bulkier to carry than single-person kayaks. What's important to focus on here is bag design. The lightest 2-person inflatable was the R2 Ultra at 12.9 kilograms, and the Rush, Tahi Breeze and Aquamarina Steam, which are all around the 15.5 kilogram mark. But really, when you're looking at the top quality models, they're all only a few points apart in this category. So be cautious, very lightweight tandems can achieve this by using thinner materials. We factor durability into our portability scoring. Oversized carry bags are actually beneficial for easier repacking after use. Don't be too worried by a bigger bag. If you plan on carrying a bag any distance to the water, choose a design with backpack straps. Up next is setup and pack down. This can really determine how much you actually use and enjoy your kayak. Some models like the Razor Kayaks range and the Aquamarina Tomahawk style inflate quickly thanks to fewer matching valves. The Advanced Frame Convertible Elite performs beautifully on the water, with 10 inflation points takes longer to set up, significantly longer to dry. Again, in the UK's changeable climates, drying time is a real consideration. Kayaks that have fewer inflation points and an outer layer of toughened PVC are great because they set up quickly and they dry fast. So the all-important budget question. As always, there are some market outliers, but at the time of recording, we'll be able to break down into 3 categories. Under £600 will get you an entry level 2-person inflatable kayak, fine for recreational use in canals, but not for much more. We'd suggest spending a little bit more if your budget allows. So £600 to £1,000 is the mid-mark range, where you're going to get something that overall is pretty good, but maybe a little bit slower in the water. You're going to get something that's going to last you a while in this category, but obviously there are things that are better. So over £1,000. In this category, you're going to get kayaks that are much closer in feel to a hard shell kayak. They're going to be much more rigid and much more durable. They're going to last you a lot longer in the long term. So overall, here's our verdict. On our scoring graph, blue lines show the overall ratings of kayaks out of 100. Orange dots represent price. The Razor Kayaks Edge Pro 2 was our overall standout. Comfortable, efficient, stable and quick to set up. The Gumatex Rush 2 impressed for long distance touring, and the Advanced Frame Convertible Elite remains a strong touring focused option. The Razor R2 Ultra stands out as an excellent value recreational and convertible choice. Gumatex Solar rounds out the top group with surprising stiffness and comfort for an I-beam based design. So that's our review on the best 2-person inflatable kayaks in the UK at the moment. For more information, go to our website, theequipmentguide.co.uk, where you'll get a full breakdown and side-by-side comparisons. If you've enjoyed the video, please like, comment and subscribe, and tell us how you feel about kayaks in the comments.